I think this is the best it's gonna go for a first video as scenario, like background. Anyway, why did I move to New York from Brazil? I know there's like a million videos. Why did I move to New York? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what video could I do for like my first video in this channel? I've been creating content since 2014 and I wanted to do, oh God, I've been creating content since 2014 and I want to do this as a career. And I know it's oversaturated, okay, my English is not the best, but I'm gonna deliver fun, okay? This is the first. So I know the market of like influencers is oversaturated, but I mean, I didn't see many Brazilians speaking English with the same like objective as I do. Maybe there are, but I want to try it. So yeah, let's move on to what I want to say of like how I decided to come to New York. Why did I move? Anyway, it's very cliche, by the way, but there's like a kind of a reason behind it. Also, godly reason, like a calling, I guess. But I learned English by watching Friends. Again, cliche. I feel like every immigrant or everyone like outside the US learn how to like speak English by watching some kind of TV show, and Friends is like the first one, right? And Friends is like New York, but it's like not in New York. It always like brought this New York vibe to me. Of course, I always watched like the New York movies and TV shows, and I was always like, oh my God, this is such a live city. I always loved cities, but New York was so like alive to me. There was always something about New York that caught my attention, you know? So since I was like very young, I knew I wanted like to visit at least. I didn't know like if there was a possibility for me to even move. I didn't know that. That came later in life. I became a makeup artist later, and there was a possibility. My mom is an amazing mom, and she gave me the opportunity in 2018 to come to New York to go to the Makeup Forever Academy. And it was an amazing time. It was my first time in New York and I loved it. Like, I fell in love with the city in so many ways. Of course, it was like more like a trip, but it was for 3 months, but I felt like I was living here. I felt like I was like living the New York dream, and I was like a Carrie Bradshaw, like walking the streets and stuff. I made friends. I was like, I didn't even speak Portuguese mostly, only with my mom. Like I made a lot of friends at that time, so I thought New York was that like perfect thing. But because I only got that first like trip experience, it wasn't like a living situation. I was like, yeah, I need to live here. After that trip, I had also a boyfriend, but that's besides the point. After that trip, I was like, I need to live here. I need to come back. I wanted to stay and like stay forever, but I couldn't. There's a lot of like documentation, and you need to come with the purpose. You can't just like come and stay. I came back, and then a lot of things happened in life, and then the pandemic. I had a boyfriend back home, and then we broke up. I decided I'm gonna come back to New York and I'm gonna live there one day. So, talking to my parents, I was like, maybe I should do like a degree in college or something. Because like I never did like a college or something back in my country. I did start a business college, but I never finished because I always like I was already working as a makeup artist, so I didn't feel the need to do it like a higher degree education. So I was like, why not? Like, my parents, like, I wanted to make them proud, and they wanted for me to do it, you know? So I was like, why not like get a higher education and then use that to like also come here? So that's the whole plan, you know? I was like, let me study in the United States and then let me go to New York. That's my dream, blah, blah, blah. That's how like the whole idea of like coming here. Of course, I had no idea what a wild ride it was going to be. It's been crazy. That's how I decided and why I moved to New York. It's definitely been like different than what I expected. I don't regret it at all, but yeah. So in 2022, after a long process, I was able to get my visa as a F1 student, and now I'm here for 2 years now, 2 years and a half, since January 2022. Like I said, it's definitely been completely different than I thought it was gonna be. I've been through depression, hard times, like really hard. New York is not for everybody. Some people came at the same kind of time as me and they were like, yeah, this is not for me, because as much as like I've been through this hard times, they were necessary for me to learn a lot of things that I didn't know, because I lived with my parents back home and I didn't have that like alone time. I'm very grateful that I made this decision to come here, but I can't wait to share more with you guys like of my experience and how that has been for me. And like I'm happy to like also be practicing my English, because like even though I've been fluent, I guess, I sometimes like my words don't come out the way I want. I like things to be as perfect as they can be. I think this channel is gonna help me as well, and I hope my fellow Brazilians also can, like, I can help anyone that want to come to the US or something like that. Not easy, but I mean, if you're able to and like that's your dream, I'm sure you're gonna be able to do it. Yeah, I know I'm a little rusty when it comes to like recording videos for YouTube, but this is my dream. So if you can, please support, like, whatever. I don't even know how to ask that, but subscribe here. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.